Welcome to the Strangers on a Train podcast, where members of the creative team will be talking about the forthcoming production of Strangers on a Train by Craig Warner at Hall Green Little Theatre. Initially I wanted to direct the piece because it was actually due to the film. I'm a big Hitchcock fan, and that's what first drew me to it. I actually read the play, really liked the play, actually then went back and revisited the film, and in the end now actually I prefer the actual play to the film itself. The play sticks more closely to the book, whereas the film is quite different in some respects. The film differs in various ways, really, both to do with plot and character, I suppose. Again, the characters are very much more aligned and akin to the novel by Patricia Highsmith, and again, various sort of things slightly changed in the film. But I mean, the premise is still the same: i.e., two strangers meet on a train and both have hated figures in their lives and decide to swap murders so nobody can trace them down. Yeah, the set is quite a tricky one in this instance, because there are sort of 10 locations throughout the play. So obviously on a stage of our size you couldn't have a complete set for each individual area, which has been done on larger stages. So the intention really was just to create an interesting set with a bit of level and allow the audience's imagination to sort of fill in the gaps. So suggesting rooms and suggesting places as opposed to actually physically building a set.
Is like a one-man band. He knows what he wants beforehand. Before rehearsal started, weeks beforehand, he had everything set. He knew what he wanted for set, for sound, for lights. He had a big idea of how he wanted to portray the story. He's very professional, but he also brings a lot of humour to the rehearsal room as well. He's kind of an easygoing director. I've never worked with him as a director before, but he lets you run with it the way you think you should, and then he drops in with his comments and the way he sees the way the scene should turn out.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Can we just try? Yeah. Can we just try something like that? Just so you know, you've both seen this bridge. You know.
He's so enthusiastic, so encouraging. Really knows what he wants. Very clear, puts so much effort and energy, and you know the way he's come down and got the set finished, and really encouraging about your performances and rehearsals. No, he's great. It's great to work with.
He's very disciplined. For instance, he wants people to start on time. To the point that he's asked people to be there early to make sure that we start on time. I think he's got an eye for detail. Obviously, he comes from a graphic design background, so he likes the detail of things. And just by looking at the set, you can see, that it's a lovely set and it's a joy to work on. So I personally knew, I'd heard many things that people had said, Ed is someone who is very good to work with, and as someone who is still learning the craft, you might say, of acting and things, you want to work with people who you can learn a lot from, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be in the play.
I just feel chuffed to be a part of this production, really, to be working with new people, old people, and more importantly to have a director there who knows what he wants already and knows where he wants to be, and the kind of support he brings out, especially for me.
Across as being extremely enthusiastic. He obviously knows what he's doing. I understand he's been around here a fair time, but he's also done things elsewhere. And that's really good in terms of bringing experience to the whole play. And also to the cast.
Ed is very funny, inspirational, he's got fantastic ideas, he's very motivated, and he's super organised as well.
It's the first time I've worked with Ed as a director. I've worked with him once before, with him being an actor on stage in Bloody Poetry, where he was playing Shelley, the poet. But this is the first time I've worked with him as a director, and yeah, I've really enjoyed working with him. He's got the right sort of balance of, you know, helping the actors, you know, giving them the push and the pull when they need to, and obviously giving us freedom to have our own creativity as well. So yeah, I find the experience of him as a director extremely positive. Yeah.
Because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It's a great storyline, we've got a fantastic cast, and everyone's really enthusiastic and motivated to do the play. And it's got a fantastic director as well.
It's a very good play. It will hold your attention throughout the entire couple of hours. It's not just a run-of-the-mill whodunit or thriller. It's a psychological thriller with great characters and a great story. What's interesting about it is the sort of murder aspect of it and that side of things happens fairly early on, yet you know you continually are interested and not quite sure where it's going to go, which is often the case in some sort of thrillers, that sort of thing doesn't happen until right at the end. But that's what's really great about this production. It's also got a great creative team and a brilliant cast of actors who've all gelled really well and put in some brilliant performances. It's a really good, different, exciting and interesting play.
Emotional roller coaster for him throughout.
It's a relationship of misunderstanding and control, and I think there's a lot of sort of...
I'm still working on the character, but I think he's...
Who can be a shoulder to cry on, someone who's there who can lift him from his dark patch.
I think he's doing brilliantly actually, because I think it can be quite difficult coming into our group, like the group that...
Every time you work with somebody, you get to know them a bit better.
He seems to get into the role that he's playing very quickly, and it's just someone who's a joy to work with.